Thank you. I welcome all those in attendance in the chambers and those watching via recording. This extraordinary council meeting is being recorded and will be made available to the public on council's website. I remind the public gallery that the recording of this extraordinary council meeting is not permitted under council's code of meeting practice unless prior approval has been obtained from the CEO. Anyone in the gallery caught recording any part of this meeting without consent may be asked to leave. The public gallery is also asked to refrain from interjecting whilst councillors or staff are speaking and to keep discussion to a minimum so as to allow councillors to conduct the business of council without interruption. As this recording will be available as a public record, those in attendance, including councillors, staff, members of the public of the gallery, must refrain from making any defamatory statements. Thank you. Item 1, acknowledgement of country. I acknowledge that we are gathered on Biripi land. I pay respect to the Biripi elders, both past and present. I also extend that respect to all other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who may be present today. Remote attendance meeting. I am aware that Councillor Edwards wishes to attend remotely. I'm happy to move that. I do need a seconder. Thank you, Councillor Lipovac. Any discussion? I see none. All those in favour? None opposed. Declare that carried unanimously. And just checking in with Councillor Edwards, you can hear us okay?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Item 3, apologies. I do have one apology from Councillor Interman. Doesn't seem to be anyone else not here, so I am happy to move that. Do I have a seconder to accept the apology? Councillor Kirkman, thank you. All those in favour? None opposed. I declare that carried unanimously. Item 4, disclosures of interest. I'm aware of one. Councillor Shepherd.
Yes, thank you. I declare a pecuniary significant interest in item 10.01 personnel matter. The reason being is that I've been notified by internal legal counsel that matters under consideration in this item may give rise to a potential legal proceeding involving myself. This creates a potential financial interest in the outcome of council's decision, and so I intend to leave the meeting, take no part in consideration in voting, and be out of sight during all consideration of this matter.
Thank you, Councillor Shepherd. Any further disclosures, councillors? I see and hear none. Thank you. So we move to there not being any items between 5 and 9. We'll now move into the confidential matter. Do I have a mover and a seconder to move that item 10.01 listed on the agenda be considered in the confidential session? Thank you, Councillor Tubman, seconded by Councillor Lipovac. All those in favour? I see none opposed. Thank you. Declare that carried unanimously. Do I have a mover and a seconder to move that the council meeting be closed to the public for the consideration of the confidential item for the reason as listed in the report? I just need a mover. Councillor Hornshaw, seconded. Councillor Lipovac, thank you. All those in favour? All in favour, none opposed. Thank you, Councillor Edwards. I will just double check you are happy with that first one as well, Councillor Edwards? Just checking in, Councillor Edwards. Okay, I'm taking that as a yes. Councillor Edwards, I might just double check your microphone.
Can you hear me? Because it's on. I've kept it on.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. So that was carried unanimously. We will just pause. I welcome back any members of the public who have returned to chambers. So we have the outcomes of the closed session. I now ask that Group Manager Governance, Mr. Michael Ferguson, read the meeting outcomes of the item in the closed session of the council meeting. Thank you, Mr. Ferguson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. With regard to item 10.01 personnel matter, Council resolved 1, that Council note that the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Claire Allen, will not be seeking reappointment of her contract upon its expiration on 31 January 2026. 2, delegate to the Mayor the authority to finalise a mutual deed of settlement and release under the conditions listed in the body of this report to facilitate a mutually agreed separation of the Chief Executive Officer from Council. And 3, maintain the confidentiality of the consideration in respect to the contents of this report. This item was carried 5-2. With Councillors Hornshaw, Kirkman, Lipovac, Maltman and Roberts voting for, Councillors Edwards and Tubman voting against. Councillor Shepherd also declared a pecuniary significant interest in item 10.01 Reason being that Councillor Shepherd has been notified by internal legal counsel that matters under consideration may give rise to a potential legal proceeding involving her. Given the potential financial interest in the outcome, Councillor Shepherd left the meeting, took no part in the consideration and voting was out of sight during consideration of this matter. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. That now concludes the business of today's agenda. Thank you to those who attended. I wish you all a very good night. Thank you.